welcome back to Heart-Filled Kitchen. I'm Louann. Well, in case you didn't know, today, January 8th, 2024, is National Gluten-Free Day. And since I just found out a few months ago that I'm actually gluten intolerant, I am thrilled to kick off my very first video of 2024 with a delicious recap of our favorite keto and gluten-free recipes of 2023. Now, whether you're a longtime subscriber or brand new to our Heart-Filled community, this video is a tasty introduction to the type of recipe videos that you can expect to find on this channel. And along with that, you should also know that this channel is not only about tasty, easy-to-follow recipes. It's about helping you create a heart-filled kitchen in every aspect. As we enter into the new year, I'll begin sharing even more tasty recipes, along with budget-friendly grocery hauls and meal plans, easy steps to building and maintaining all levels of a food pantry, and even more topics than I have time to share with you here today. So if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so that all of my videos can show up on your home screen. And if you hit that notification bell, it will notify you each time I put out a brand new video. Okay, friends, let's jump right into it with our recipe recap of all of our favorite keto and gluten-free recipes of 2023. Well, let's start out by washing and slicing your zucchini. Zucchini is a keto superstar. It offers a low-carb alternative to starchy vegetables. It's also a good source of vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, promoting digestive health and supporting your immune system. Now place your sliced zucchini in a large bag or a large bowl. Next up is the smoked sausage. If you're gluten sensitive, be sure to check that label and make sure that it's listed as gluten-free because some are not. And now for the shrimp. Rinse, peel, and devein 1 pound of shrimp and add it to the bag or your bowl. Shrimp is a lean protein source, rich in essential nutrients like selenium and vitamin B12. It's low in carbs and calories, making it an ideal choice for keto enthusiasts. Now that everything's in the bag or your big bowl, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Be sure to coat all of your ingredients by massaging the bag or tossing the bowl. Now add your ingredients to your air fryer basket, and we're going to add salt, pepper, and garlic powder along with your favorite Cajun seasoning. Now if you're gluten sensitive, Old Bay is a great gluten-free alternative. Now in your air fryer, arrange the mixture in a single layer of your air fryer basket. You may have to do this in 2 batches. Now you're going to preheat your air fryer to 390 degrees, and we're going to cook this for 10 minutes, shaking the basket halfway through until the shrimp are pink and cook thoroughly, and the zucchini is tender and slightly caramelized. And if you're using an oven, you're going to preheat to 400 degrees. And you're going to roast for 15 to 20 minutes, doing the same process. Stir it once or twice until the same desired results are achieved. Now serve this dish piping hot and enjoy your Cajun-inspired feast. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and let's jump right in with the dry ingredients. In a mixing bowl, you're going to combine 1 1/4 cups of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now omit the salt if you're using salted butter. Honestly, I have started omitting the salt altogether. It's really up to you and your taste preference. Now stir these dry ingredients together until they're well incorporated. Now we're going to move on to the wet ingredients. Go ahead and add your 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 3 eggs, and the 3/4 cups of shredded cheese. You can use any type of shredded cheese. I am using shredded cheddar. Using almond flour is a very popular choice for keto baking. It's also gluten-free, which makes this an excellent substitute for traditional wheat flour in keto and gluten-free recipes. Have you tried a keto cornbread before? This is our favorite, but if you have any tips or tricks for making keto bacon even more delicious, please share your secrets in the comments below. Okay, now that everything is mixed together, we're going to add the mix to your muffin cups or your skillet. Now, this recipe is for 8 muffins, but today I'm making 12 smaller ones. If using a skillet, you'll bake it in your 400-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. 8 muffin cups for 13 to 15 minutes. Or, of course, the goal is always to bake until the top is golden brown and a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Now for these 12 cups I did today, I baked them for 12 minutes and they came out perfect. Now once your keto cornbread is done, remove it from the oven and allow it to cool for just a few minutes and serve it warm. Now you can store this cornbread in an airtight container for 1 week, and it pairs perfectly with any keto-friendly chili, soup, or as a side dish for barbecues. Remember to share in the comments below any keto cornbread recipe that is your favorite, or share any modifications or creative additions you made to this recipe. We'd love hearing all about your heart-filled kitchen experiments. The first step in this recipe is to grab a large bowl and add 1 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese. Next, we'll add our spices, which are a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon each of cumin, salt, and ground black pepper. The third ingredient is going to be a 1/2 cup of shredded Monterey Jack cheese. Grab your hand mixer or your stand mixer and combine all of these together until it's thoroughly mixed and creamy. And now for our third ingredient, it's going to be a 4-ounce can of green chilies. Stir that together until it's thoroughly mixed. Add to a well-greased casserole dish 3 to 4 boneless, skinless chicken breast, or in this case, I'm using some chicken tenders. Now you're going to take that cream cheese mixture and spread it evenly to the top of your chicken. Now I had just a little bit of the cheese left over, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that on top. And we're going to place this dish in an oven that's been preheated to 375 degrees and cook that for 35 to 45 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through and the juices run clear. Now, I like to serve this with some white rice and a salad on the side, but you can serve it over Spanish rice, on tortillas, or mashed potatoes. Let's jump right in with the cheese dip, and the first thing you'll need to do is brown 1 pound of breakfast sausage in a medium pot. Next, add 1 can of undrained Rotel and stir until it's combined. For For the final step, add 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese and cook this until the cream cheese is completely melted. That's it for this simple 3-step, 3-ingredient cheese dip. This is great with pork rinds, over vegetables, or even over chicken or steak. Now let's move on to the next recipe for keto sausage balls. Now for the simple sausage balls, you're going to add 1 pound of breakfast sausage to a large bowl. The rest of your ingredients are 1 cup of almond flour, a half a cup of shredded cheese, 4 ounces of cream cheese softened, and 1 large egg. Just grab your hand mixer or your stand mixer and mix until smooth and well blended. Okay, now that everything is completely blended and smooth, we're going to roll these into 1 tablespoon sized balls and place those in a 400-degree preheated oven. Set your timer for 20 minutes. Make sure that your internal temperature reaches 160 degrees, and there you have it, 2 easy and delicious keto snacks that are sure to be a hit. Get this recipe going, I purchased 2 1-inch thick petite sirloin steaks. And you're going to take those steaks and cut them into 1-inch cubes. Now that we have all of that steak cut up into our 1-inch cubes, we're going to go ahead and grab our mushrooms. My very favorite mushroom for this recipe is the Baby Bella whole mushrooms that I just cut into quarters. Next, we're going to season up our mushrooms and steak with salt, your favorite steak seasoning, and a little bit of garlic powder. Now once everything is all seasoned up, we're going to go ahead and drizzle that with 2 tablespoons of oil. I'll be using olive oil in my recipe. Let's head on over to the air fryer and set the temperature at 400 degrees. Add your seasoned steak bites and mushrooms, and we're going to cook that for 10 minutes. In just 10 minutes, you have a delicious, juicy steak bites with perfectly cooked mushrooms. To begin this recipe, gather 1 medium-sized zucchini, 1 medium-sized yellow squash, and 2 ripe tomatoes. Now after washing your vegetables, begin slicing each into rounds, roughly of the same thickness, which is around 1/4 inch. Zucchinis and yellow squashes are low in carbohydrates, making them keto-friendly. This dish helps you maintain your low-carb intake while indulging in a satisfying side. Also, there are no gluten-containing ingredients in this recipe, making it safe for those with gluten sensitivities or celiac disease. Once all of your vegetables are sliced, preheat your oven to 375 degrees and grab an 8x8 dish and begin assembling the dish. Now to do this, arrange the zucchinis, the yellow squash, and the tomatoes in an alternating pattern. Well, now that you have your vegetables assembled in the dish, let's add the mozzarella. Okay, now that everything is packed beautifully into the dish, we're going to sprinkle it with some garlic powder. And then once you have it seasoned, let's place another half a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese on top. Okay, you're ready to bake this up in your 375-degree oven for 25 minutes. The vibrant colors of this side dish make it a visually stunning addition to any meal, and we all know that we eat with our eyes first. So the next time you're planning a keto-friendly meal, consider including this dish for a side that is as beautiful as it is delicious. Okay, to get this recipe started, we need to first prepare 6 boiled eggs. I'll be making mine in the Instant Pot today. If you have an Instant Pot and you've never made boiled eggs in it before, it's as easy as placing the eggs in the pot on the rack, add 1 cup of water, and if your Instant Pot doesn't already have an egg button, just set it on high pressure for 5 minutes, natural release for 5 minutes, and then place them in an ice water bath for 5 minutes. And it's that simple. But prepare your eggs however you like, whether that be hard-boiled or soft. Next up, you're going to grab your favorite pork rinds, place 2 cups of those pork rinds in a bag and crush them up into a fine breadcrumb consistency. You can also do this in a food processor or a blender if you'd like, whichever is easiest for you. Okay, now that you have those all crushed up, we're going to dump them into a shallow baking dish or a shallow bowl. Add a half a cup of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. You're just going to mix all of that together and then set it aside with your boiled eggs. Because the next thing that you're going to need is a 1-pound roll of your favorite breakfast sausage. Now in this video, I'm breaking the rules and I'm only using half a roll because I have plans for the other half. But you'll take that whole roll and you'll divide it into 6 equal parts. Okay, now that we have everything ready, we're going to start assembling these simple Scotch eggs. Grab 1 portion of your sausage, grab 1 dry boiled egg. Make sure they're dry or the sausage will not stick to them. But you're just going to wrap that egg in the sausage to make sure that your egg is fully covered. And do that for all 6 eggs. Okay, now that all 6 eggs are wrapped in your sausage, we're going to grab those pork rind crumbs, a bowl, and 1 egg. Crack the egg in a bowl, scramble it up, and this is going to be our egg wash to help the crumbs stick to the egg. Just roll each egg in the egg mixture, then roll it in the crumb mixture until they're all evenly coated. I absolutely love how easy and convenient this recipe is. We're whipping this up in under 30 minutes. It's a complete breakfast all-in-one handy portable package, and you can make them a whole week in advance. You can whip these together on a Sunday afternoon, put them in an airtight container, place them in your refrigerator, and you've got breakfast for the whole week. I love hearing from y'all in the comment section. So tell me, have you tried Scotch eggs before? And have you tried this keto version of a Scotch egg using the pork rinds? If you have, I would love to know what you thought of it. Also, please share with us if you have any additional tips or variations to enhance the flavor or the texture of these eggs. Now the only thing left to do is to bake or fry them. Of course, baking is the healthier version, but frying them is going to give them a crunchy outer shell. I'm choosing to use the air fryer, which is a good compromise between the two. If you're using the air fryer, just spray the inside of your basket with a healthy oil like avocado oil, or in this case, I'm using olive oil. And then place your eggs inside, give them all a nice spray with the oil, and you're going to bake that at 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes until the sausage is completely done. Now, if you choose to make these in the oven, it'll be at 375 for 20 minutes. And of course, you have the option to add oil to a heavy bottom skillet and fry them up in the skillet. How do you typically enjoy your Scotch eggs? Are there any specific dipping sauces or sides that you would recommend to complement these eggs? Please drop a line down below in the comment section to let us know. I am so happy that I found this keto version of the Scotch egg. With the crunchy outer shell, the meaty sausage, and then the creamy egg in the middle, it is so good. We're going to begin this recipe by placing your tenderloin on a clean, dry surface and cutting down one side. The goal here is to butterfly the tenderloin and not cut completely through. Once you're finished cutting, spread your tenderloin out flat and cover it with saran wrap or wax paper. Grab a meat mallet or rolling pin and pound the meat out evenly to a 1/2 inch thickness. This is going to allow your tenderloin to cook evenly. Alright, now let's grab our first ingredient, which is chive and onion spreadable cream cheese. You're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons depending on the size of your tenderloin. The goal here is to spread a thin, even layer covering the entire surface of the meat. Next, add a 1/2 cup of feta cheese crumbles. Grab a healthy handful of spinach and spread it evenly on top of the cream cheese. I actually usually add the seasonings to the cream cheese before adding the spinach, but since I forgot to do it here, I'm adding it now. So you're going to add around 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of your favorite savory spice blend. I'm using Montreal steak seasoning. And use as much as you prefer, but do keep in mind that most of our seasoning will be added to the outside once we roll everything up. And finally, add cubed ham or sliced ham on top of your spinach. And then we're going to top everything off with about a 1/2 cup of shredded cheese. And I love using mozzarella in this recipe. It really doesn't matter what order you put these in, as long as you get it all in there. Okay, now it's time to start rolling. You're going to start on one side and begin rolling while trying to keep all of your ingredients inside as much as possible. Now secure it all with the toothpicks using a crisscross pattern. If you're using the oven, place the tenderloin in a baking dish and bake for 25 to 30 minutes at 375 degrees. You're going to cook this until your pork reaches an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're using the air fryer, preheat your air fryer to 400 degrees and you're going to air fry for 20 to 25 minutes or until cooked through. So what side dishes do you think would complement this stuffed tenderloin? Please share your suggestions with us in the comments below. Allow the tenderloin to rest for a few minutes before slicing. This step helps lock in the juices and the flavors. In my opinion, the creamy texture of the cream cheese paired with the savory ham and the freshness of the spinach, all wrapped in this succulent pork tenderloin, is an amazing keto or gluten-friendly option. Okay, we're going to start out today's recipe by preparing the tomatoes, and all that I'm doing here is cutting each cherry tomato into fourths. The amount of tomatoes that you use is solely going to depend on how large of a batch you want to make. I have 1 cup here, and that'll be plenty for 2. Our next ingredient is going to be the basil. Just remove all of your large stems from your fresh basil. Your basil can either be cut into strips, or in this chopped version, I prefer to chop the basil. This helps get a good bite of basil in every spoonful. Now moving on to our fresh mozzarella. Like the rest of this recipe, I am choosing to use the small pearl version of the mozzarella, and I'm cutting each into thirds or in half. As you can see here, by chopping everything to a consistent size, we're going to be able to get a good bite of all the ingredients in every serving. Once you have your tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella all stirred together, just give it a good drizzle of olive oil and a big dash of salt and pepper. Now we're ready to assemble. Today I'll be serving the chopped Caprese salad on these petite toast. As you can see, they look like little miniature slices of bread, but they're crunchy like a crouton, which makes them perfect. And then we're going to be topping everything off with this original balsamic glaze. I'm using a store-bought, but you can certainly make your own. Now to assemble your chopped Caprese toast, just take one of the little petite toasts and pile it high with your chopped Caprese salad. Once you have your toast piled high, let's go ahead and give it a good drizzle of that balsamic glaze. These beautiful and fresh Caprese toast make the perfect addition to any summertime meal. Okay, in a large bowl, you're going to combine 1/3 cup of peanut butter, a 1/2 cup of maple syrup, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix all of that together well until it's smooth and creamy. Next, you're going to add 2 cups of milk and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix well. Now we're ready for our final ingredients of 2 cups of oats, a 1/4 cup of cocoa, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground flaxseed, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix all of that until it's well combined. Scrape down the sides of your bowl and stir in a 1/4 cup of unsweetened or regular chocolate chips. We're going to add this mixture to an 8x8 or 9x9 sprayed casserole dish and spread all of the ingredients around evenly. Now before popping this in the oven, I like to add some extra chocolate chips, and this would also be good with some pecans or walnuts on top. You're going to place that in a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes. And there you have it, a healthier approach to deliciously fudgy oatmeal brownies. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and it's time to start thinking about how you'll celebrate with your loved one. And why not consider celebrating at home this year? Not only will it be more budget friendly, but it'll also make a much more intimate and cozy evening. Celebrating Valentine's Day at home can be just as special as going out. With this simple and budget-friendly recipe, you can enjoy a delicious dessert with your loved one while creating memories that will last a lifetime. I just wanted to jump in here real quick. If you're still hanging around at this point in the video, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're enjoying today's recipe, I hope that you'll give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would take a few seconds to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join this heart-filled community. I love hearing from each and every one of you down below in the comments of these videos, and I hope that I'll hear from you today. Okay, well, let's just jump back into it, and I'm going to show you how I serve this up. With only 4 ingredients, this chocolate mousse recipe is not only affordable, but also quick and easy to make. Okay friends, I really hope that you enjoyed all of those keto and gluten-free recipes. I chose these recipes based on the views and the likes and the comments, but I would really like to know again, which of all of these recipes that I showed you today are your very favorite ones? And if this is your first time seeing this, I'd like to know which one are you going to try first. Well, thanks so much, friends, for choosing to spend some of your time with me here today, and I look so forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!